So it's Thursday, my first kind of week here at Mountain Trucking, living in my truck for the first couple of days. I wanted to go over a few decisions that I've been making and what it's like getting back out on the road, and learning. It's a lot more complicated than drive-in. Just there's more to do, more to take care of, and starting to live in a new space as well. So I'll show you some of how that's going. So I did manage to pack in more stuff up on top so that I have space below to sleep. Still need to sort things out more, but I've been trying to sort a few things out each day. Today I'm hoping to go on a hunt for my bed sheets so I can replace this blanket that I've been sleeping on. I did bring a foam pad. It was a gift from my parents, on top of the mattress. It's pretty comfortable. I got my pillows for helping me sit up if I need to, and just been nice to relax back here. Learning to use this panel to keep it cool, but I actually turned that off. I was able to turn that off partway through the night. Tonight it wasn't too hot. I bought a few new things here at this truck stop. I found a clipboard. Got just a basic clipboard that'll help me feel more professional when I go in to see people with paperwork. And I found a mug. It looks like a good size for the cup holder. It's not perfect size, but it's the closest that I've seen. And they offered to let me fill it, but I hadn't planned on that, and it looks a little dusty, so I wanted to clean it before I put stuff in it. I'm hoping that I get sent by Tulsa. That would be one of the things I would want to do, is clean that, because I know they have a sink and some dish soap. I'm still waiting for I need to find a dumpster for that. But I want to show a little bit about what happened with the load. So it's styrofoam, but it's not too fragile. At first I bought these, like a bunch of these small ones, just to fulfill their requirement that they needed edge protectors. And I didn't know, like, this styrofoam, it doesn't seem too fragile. So it's not like that real super crumbly kind. So this is probably good enough. But I didn't know that when I was real nervous about it. So while I was at the TA, I bought those the larger size ones. They only had 4 of them, but I thought I could at least use them on the front edge, which would make me feel a lot better about it, and that's what I did. Tried to put the one on the corner as close to the corner as I could, so it wouldn't be able to catch and lift up anywhere there, and then the 2 on top to spread as much pressure on the front edge as I could, and then all the way down put edge protectors. There's actually one. Doesn't look like there's one on there, but there's a cardboard one. So because I actually ran out of I bought 30 of they said 24, and I got 30 of the orange ones. Somehow I think it's because of the X straps to take a couple on each edge, but I ended up running out. So I used a few of the cardboard ones, and they seem actually really. They actually seem good on that corner for the X strap. You know, and the guy had me move the bulkhead, but I asked him if I could move it in front, so that helped. I think that helps a little bit more to not have wind. I don't know if it does or not, but it made me feel a little better to maybe block a little bit of the wind coming in to build the bulkhead in front. So, and I don't have the tool for placing these up high. Fortunately, there was a ladder. There was a huge, like mobile ladder in the spot that they had me load. That was a real blessing. I don't think all the spots had those. I don't think all the spots, all the loading spots, all the loading bays had those ladders, but I was put in one that did. It was a difficult back. It was a pretty tight maneuver, but I got it in one. I've been doing a couple of good maneuvers. I had one just before that. It was kind of like a lot of times it's like it would be like a blind back, but there was a ton of space past one of the trucks. There was like 10 spaces, and so I turned it into, it was like a kind of a fun back. I swooped deep into the spots, and then as I was turning around, I didn't really have a complete plan until it kind of formulated as I was moving, and then I saw that the rear, I don't know if they're called tandems, but whatever, the spread axles, I guess they'd be called, were rotating and coming around inside one of the spaces. So I just used that and kept going with it, and lined it up and pushed it back kind of easier than I had expected. And of course that wouldn't work in a space that was crowded, so it was completely easy. But just keeping an easy back, I mean, from becoming complicated, I guess. I don't know, it felt good. And then I did the next back, which was a lot more tight. There was I had to stick my nose out into the kind of the way out to get the trailer where it needed to be. And actually, I guess I was able to use, there was a curb that I used as my guide to bring it around, but I was able to follow that in a curve while angling the trailer. So I've gotten my mirrors into good positions. I feel like they're in a pretty good spot where I'm seeing what I need to see. Except for, I'm gonna show, let's see. Those front mirrors, I'm not sure about. I've adjusted them to where I basically they have the top of my cab in the top, on the inside of each of the mirror, to try to give me as much as I can see, as much use out of the outsides of the mirrors as I can. On my international truck, the front mirrors were almost completely useless. They basically showed the same thing as my side mirrors did, and were like they were just not as close. I think they were smaller too. I hardly ever used them. One of my training trucks I was in, I forget what it was, but one of the training trucks, I remember its front hood mirrors being really useful. But on this one, on my trainer's truck, he had them like angled just where basically the truck was basically in the center, and it didn't seem very useful to me. and they don't rotate. I don't think they rotate like side to side. I think they only rotate up and down. So I don't know if there's a more useful way to have them, because it just seems like there's a lot of the mirror that's filled with my truck, and I don't know if that's very useful. It could potentially be useful to see stuff like if I'm really close to a cone or a curb or something, but I don't know. Still not sure about those. So anyways, one other decision, I guess I was trying to remember the things I wanted to talk about, but just a minor decision I made yesterday was to go ahead and fuel up. I was only at half fuel. I don't know if this is the best price in all of the lands, but it seemed, as I was driving in, it seemed like a decent price at this location. It's lower than some of the other signs were, and mostly the reason I did it is because I know today is probably going to be busy. I need to get going here for my appointment in a few minutes, but I'm going to try to get unloaded today and hopefully get loaded today. And I know I'm slow, so I wanted to reduce the amount of things that I might need to do today, and fueling would be one of them. So if I'm full up, almost no matter where they're going to send me, I shouldn't need to fuel today. So that'll, I mean, it's not a whole lot, but it's something that I can do today that can potentially make tomorrow, or yesterday it was anyways, try to do some things to make the next day better, and that's what I did. I'm still not at max efficiency. I'm hoping that that's a good decision, that I'm not going for the maximum benefit as far as the best fuel price in the whole world, in the whole area, but trying to get up to speed as far as delivering and picking up loads. And I'm hoping for a load that, well, I'm hoping two things. I'm hoping for a longer load. I think I have a theory that maybe they're giving me shorter loads. They want to, I think I've heard several of drivers getting short loads right as they're starting out. I think they might try to get short loads to new drivers just to make sure that they can handle stuff. But I'm hoping for a longer load, more than a day's worth of driving. And I'm kind of hoping over that I would take a short load. I would be happy with a short load if it sent me by Tulsa. I would like to go by Tulsa so that I need a tool for placing those things, like I said, so I don't have to depend on ladders to get the edge protectors up. I would like another set of edge protectors. I have actually not seen in the store, so I want to go see what tools they have. Probably, maybe some more bungees. I think there's a place to get some, there's like maybe a barrel or something to get some old bungees to make sure I have some extras. Just a bunch of stuff like that. Old straps to make V-boards with. I'd like to make a set of V-boards. I think I can fit them on top of the headache rack or whatever that is back there, up in that. There's like a tray up there, so I need to measure, make sure, but I think I could fit a bunch up there. That's what I was thinking of anyways. I'd like to get some V-boards. I want to try to get ready for like anything I can find. I don't feel like I'm really there now. I don't feel like the stuff, it didn't seem like everything was where I needed it to be in Laredo to be able to get completely situated correctly. I like to have the right tools, and I like doing the work. I like getting on. I like doing the strapping, and I haven't tarped yet, and I'm afraid to open that tarp box. I haven't talked about that, but they're basically, there's at least 2 of them are new, and they're still like wrapped the way they came. They fit awkwardly into that tarp box. I'm hoping that I may have to re-roll them when I get them out. I might have to re-roll them a couple times to figure out what fits best in the box. But then there's also some scraps of stuff. It wasn't good stuff. It wasn't very good, but it was what I could find for some extra padding. I still need to cut some rings off and stuff. But that's a mess. I feel like I brain jumped from something else I was talking about. But anyways, I'm just trying to get everything organized and situated. The blankets, I got them pulled out of that plastic and put in the back, but they're still not in a good, I don't think they're in a good spot. One of the lessons I learned from my trainer truck that I want to try to do better at is I want to have my tools accessible. There were a few things that the way he had packed them, he didn't like using them, and I feel like I want my tools in a place, and what I bring, especially like, I mean, there's some things like that that might always be like that, but I want to make sure that they're the rare things that aren't useful, or maybe useful in very specific situations. And in general, I want things where I don't mind pulling them off and using them. And one other lesson I learned, I should have talked about in one of my other videos, but don't do my, I guess it's the unloaded call, or what, some of my calls, I'm going to reserve them for after I've gotten everything spun up, all my straps back where they should be, because I realized I was about to get myself into trouble, because I was planning, when I sent the messages that I was ready for the next load, I still had some of that work to do. I was expecting that I could get it done while I was waiting for the load, but they sent a load almost immediately. So that's another thing I learned, is go ahead and make sure I'm ready to go before I tell them that I am. So yeah, let's do that. That's enough for today. I need to get going. See how it goes today.